أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We seek refuge in Allah from the accursed shaitan. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious. We seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from those who associate themselves with the shayateen, those who do so in letter and in deed. Those who do so in letter or in deed. Those who do so with one or the other, and those who do so with both, knowingly or unknowingly. We seek Allah Ta'ala's refuge from the worst of what they have become today. The Constitution of the United States of America is definitely challenged. And it's challenged on the basis of the atrocities in which have prevailed as a result of it even being adhered to. Understand that when the bylaws of people of a society are set in place, it becomes their way of life. And the way of life under these circumstances are definitely dubious. And the first thing is that the people liberty and justice for all was never recognized in the Constitution. As we know, slavery is still going on until this very day. But something that every American citizen, every human being should wake up to is the reality of falsehood and how it really is a crime against oneself. We look at the society of the United States and we find that there are some very, very positive things that are going on. And the positive things that are happening today, we unfortunately attribute it to ourselves, our own righteousness, our own intellect, our own abilities. This unfortunately is not going to suffice us because the day is going to come, we're going to have to leave all of it behind. And then we look at the negativities, and they really are beyond imagination. They really are beyond the scope of what an average, a normal human being could assess and ascertain. And so we really remind ourselves that we are in an everlasting battle. This is warfare. This is jihad in the name of Allah. This is jihad in the path of Allah. This is jihad with the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for every believing Muslim to take this shahadatu an la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadur Rasulullah and understand what it means, this oath, this agreement, this contract that we have with our Maker. It is beyond that in which any employer, any human being, any affiliate, any associate that you ever know that has and can do for you, this agreement is beyond any of that. And so everyone who says the government is responsible and the mass media is responsible, they divide us, they separate us so that they can continuously exploit us, let us do better by the shahada ourselves, the contract that we have with our Maker. Secondly, every American Muslim citizen, why is it that you think that you don't need peace? Why do you think that you are saying that peace is not for you? Why are you saying that you do not need harmony? Because this is what you're saying when you say, I don't need Islam. Islam means peace everlastingly. So these are, unfortunately, signs, indirect signs that shaitan is involved, Iblis is involved to get you to deny the way that Allah has given to you through Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, which is Islam. And finally, we devote and dedicate ourselves everlastingly every moment of the day to our Creator and Maker, whether it is through supplication, whether it is through remembrance, whether it is through any other means from that in which He has enabled us to hear and that in which He has enabled us to see, whether it is us abstaining from that in which He despises or encouraging that in which is good. So definitely being a Muslim is something that every human being should look forward to doing and should be 100% on board with absolute certainty that they believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Although we cannot see Him for sure, He can see us and act accordingly. Next, we want to dive right into the unfortunate situations of the TMOA Jilan Islam situation. 22 years ago, we asked who this individual was, who could not come to the United States and was confined to the borders of Pakistan. We were told so many different stories. This was before my first daughter was even able to walk. This was even before my second daughter was even born. So why today am I taking the stand that I am taking? Because for 22 years, no straight answers could come, but now it's all over the media that he could not come here. And Mubarak Jilani was not able to come because of actions that he did of criminality. Then I asked about his books, and they gave me books that he did not actually write his own self. Then they claimed that he gave all these predictions, and all of these predictions did not come true. And then they said also that he could come up with remedies to cure all these diseases, and that was also unfounded. And so he was a flight risk. And so he could not come to the United States or even leave the borders of Pakistan. And then we find plagiarism, and then the actions of criminality and terrorism. I want to ask myself, as a parent, should I even allow the idea to be entertained that this individual was like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? The Prophet alayhi was not confined to the borders of his vicinity. He spread Islam, the da'wah, openly and willingly, and the people who took after him spread it beyond all the borders that they were under. You are not able to do that if you follow this man's example. You have to be confined to one place. Then you say that he had the wisdom of Allah, but he did not have the language of the people. Allah Ta'ala said he does not give a mission to someone who does not have the language of the people, special command of the language of the people. It was clear in his videos. He did not have that. And what he was claiming to be the end of time and the Imam al-Mahdi being in a few years, and that we would be eating grass. These things did not come to reality. These things did not come true. So is this what we should be encouraging our children to do? Is to follow the path of falsehood and lies and fabrications. And then we look at the Black Book, and we look at the White Hawk, and we look at things in which people are believing that he is coming from the sparks of light. It is an impossibility for us to stand by and say to ourselves and our neighbors, yes, these are also our brethren and Muslims, and they believe in one God when they associate to other with him. And then it's hypocrisy that we are saying, or TMOA members or TMA